I am Michele Amato. Hello, Mickey.
Sorry?
My name is Michele Amato. You can call me Mickey.
Okay, how can I help you today?
I'm going to be doing everything I can to get a expungement. I would call it an erasure of whatever criminal record is associated with my name. So I'm looking at the website here, and it says that the process requires that there be no conviction. Now, my situation. Yeah, so I had plenty of contact. August 26th. He was punished for 8 months of something. After I had been pressed into custody, after being held against my will, imprisoned in hotels where I was discriminated against in Jones County. And I was following death threats. And a few officers that had breached duty acting outside the scope of their authority in County and Thompson and Jones County, and that was all following me receiving death threats from a Freemason sorcerer in Missouri. While I was doing research, which uncovered some details about Martin Luther King assassination and assassination of his brother, I'm assuming, and how that corresponded with St. Augustine, where Martin Luther King's dentist had sent him, and subsequently the African American community in St. Augustine was brutally assaulted. And the name of the fellow that my research revealed as I was doing a historical resuscitation program, or PDF, happens to be a serious situation that also included me having found evidence and visual evidence of drug trafficking that occurred. Freemasons, cathedrals, temples, lodges, Jacksonville National Temple, and there was a National Lodge in St. Augustine. Past 15 years ago, calling it involved. I am not sophisticated. Today, after being incarcerated for 8 months, I still don't really understand, but I do understand that I've been outspoken activist since I was a child against the war. All part of Operation Act of my research also came to evidence of Watergate scandal being a cover. So, my research is priceless, and that's just one aspect of it. Whereas the other aspect that I was deeply involved in before I was wrongfully evicted from my legal residence under threat, accusation, and murdered our pet snake. He's still alive. After my partner had been medically malpracticed on, I had been medically malpracticed on. I got word from the ex-husband of my ex-girlfriend in the Chicago area. He was sorry for not letting me know. I said, "Very informative, ongoing, because I'm taking the agent from super life." research, one of the other aspects was federal government, state government, local government, financial ways of making inefficiency, which happened to be the ticket Elon Musk to get into the Oval Office. And that is not a coincidence. When I look back upon the evidences that were saved, listening, people that were claiming to be Soviets or related to them, that were running their chats on the evidence, sitting around me, what is that? I had to hang down and just do my best to be that activist that I've always been and not be adversarial. But they took things a little too far from me, and the death threats I received were not to be credible. And I did everything I could to report these in a timely manner, but my devices were badly hacked. And we were stalked, my partner and I. And she had amnesia from the Daytona outpatient surgery. Some clear gaps that I noticed as a partner of over 10 years. I had developed neuropathy. A practitioner that prescribed me medication I was contraindicated for in early 2024. During Hurricane Milton's state of emergency, our landscaper began threatening us as well, calling us both after midnight after she gave him a bad review. About a year after. Of course, I had been bloodied almost every day, making up for the bad work he did. And his contract and everything that went into damages caused to our property, compounded by the Hurricane Milton state of emergency, power outage over constant weather, and the false accusation that I killed our pet snake, and the third incident of domestic abuse that I suffered in my legal residence. Yes, I'm a man. I understand it might sound awkward that I'm a victim of domestic abuse. I certainly not one to abuse, especially a partner for 15 years. So there is fraud on the court between St. Johns County. I have two appeals going on. There's an appeal in St. John's for a criminal case where I had been offered initial release probation on February 13th, 2025. But having sorted out the details with my partner, and having come to understanding of agreement to release probation, I ended up being deceived. And instead of just the 2 days to 2 months that public defenders, that's all a competency vote entail, I ended up being pressed 8 months on a 24/7 lockdown. So I was denied the right to practice medical and life-saving medication with extreme discourtesy and intentional, malicious, willful denial of being able to visit the my asthma medication. And a protective custody block where 2 showers in a month were somehow tolerable to their comfort, control, or officers there. Custody that they kept under their department. One negligent homicide that I knew of in St. Johns County in that sheriff's office. Contrary to what the New York Post's article about there being no homicides in St. Johns County in 2025, the fact that when I got displaced from my residence and all the research I had been doing, having been compounded identity theft from changing my mother's maiden name from the Social Security office. The fact that I had requested to go to the Italian consulate January 25th. But we stopped at the St. Johns County Sheriff's Office to get mediation because my partner being manipulated and forced by a third party, Timothy McCullough of New Mexico. Some pre-negotiated purchase of a van at the Orange Park Nissan dealership. So instead of bringing me to the Italian consulate, where I could have done something to certify my identity and help my father, which I had been intending to meet in that park evening where I was supposed to go that snake, and subsequently 9 days later locked out of the house without ever being served conviction, without ever abandoning it, and then being threatened with arrest by Officer Donald Hicks at Finlay, and then with the van that was purchased during a period of time, 3.5 months of being held as a prisoner, my will dominated St. Augustine on my partner. I was still devoted to everything I can to indemnify from involvement with interstate networks that were hacking our devices, stalking us, spoofing us, interrupting our communications, sending messages that we can send, blocking our phone, sending real-life death threats in the mail, and making death threats on the internet. The Freemason from Missouri saying that he scheduled me to be dead. He said to me, "Thunderball." And then that movie where my partner was spliced with Betsy Pepper, played Julia Louis-Dreyfus, daughter of a French billionaire, actress from Seinfeld, Disney and Marvel Studios. The movie was filmed in Atlanta. I tried to tell St. John's investigators, detectives, smart communications devices, probably just good as a joke. But 6 days before that ban was purchased against my will, and I tried to get mediation, the 2 lady officers who happened to be in the parking lot there denied that mediation and said people were okay. Either I would accept the vehicle, just be left there, stuff in the street, whereas I had already told after the arrest on Halloween and the parking lot of my FEMA lot that I had gotten to after being wrongfully evicted, that the movie was being filmed while a person, Timothy McCullough, she admitted to tracking the devices on the day she came to the Flagler Ring where I was being discriminated against at hotel, St. Augustine, had her procure tickets and send them to the PO box, fly through Atlanta to Daytona to my Peter Resident. All my research and property that I still had abandoned was very victim friendly. And they were filming the movie. He had his layover in Daytona. Tickets were purchased for him by my partner, who was then under duress, forcing me to accept a ban not want. And I did everything I could to mitigate that. I was the salesperson during the test drive and ended another. Identity was so badly stolen, in fact, that I was made an state my license at the DMV portal. I couldn't contact police. I tried to call sheriff several times, trying to get relief. My mother was being used by some local prostitute some nefarious purposes that I was unable to handle myself and was desperate. So when I got pulled over in the parking lot of my FEMA lodge on Onward, I thought that Officer Scott Mills pulled me over, hopefully, with a good body cam and some dash cam footage. Look back at it, but nobody would be confused. Well, I could disclose some things about MI6 messages that were haunting me at my residence. Property was repeatedly went on the favors, tires popped, messages were sent home. My dad, for example, phone turned off one day, it's an MI6. Officer Scott Mills Perger pulled me over for no reason, asked me if I had cocaine. He indicated to me something off the top that I was obviously targeted by. I thought I had cocaine based on my First Amendment being utilized online as a sort of safety measure to figure out what kind of corruption might pop out. And it did. It popped out that night of Halloween in the form of an arrest, he being mocked. I came all the way to the station, violated my Fourth Amendment, broke procedure, and so that's where they brought Martin Luther King Jr. His dentist sent him to St. Albans, where he gathered with African Americans, and they were all brutally assaulted. I moved here from DC, Atlanta, Georgia native. A circle of friends is there. They're peerage. They hang out at the pool with their Union Jack, and they use controlled substances. And they're older than me. They're greedy. She is not like me. She has been a victim, a vulnerable adult. And she was medically malpracticed for being under anesthesia for 2 hours. They took her to outpatient surgery center on July 30th. So my research also opened up windows into medical malpractice, lobbyist groups, local attorneys potentially covering for medical malpractice incidents, new doctors in the area. So all of these things combined, my stalking interference, and my attempts to get counseling relief, at least from my father, as I had insight into everything I could on national security basis, even though I am disabled, and my partner wrote a book called Snakes of Funky and Free, has written articles about me being neurodivergent, but harmless, and I'm harmless. I was oppressed into custody, as I said, with my father up in Virginia, who I couldn't get to because of the tantrum I was throwing. That snake. There came up with a state of emergency. Landscaper Juan Varela Hernandez, Piramida, and his wife was a witch. Brutal assertions. My father, who has cut the Attorney General William Barr's hair for 50 years, was hospitalized while I could do nothing. And his green card was stolen. And the mortuary charged him $8,000. And his bank accounts were drained. His business, Differences Hair Designers in Cultures, Virginia, had to close. My mom rescued him, brought him to St. Augustine. I pled no contest, thanks to Tyler Williams giving me bad counsel. I signed my HIPAA waivers. I found out last week that just the front of it, my psychiatric notes were completely falsified, misgendering me, claiming that my mom and my aunt were raping me, and several times claiming that I had been arrested for drugs and alcohol. He mentioned none of that. He did not mention the fact that the officer, Scott Mills, in Johnson County, who had a month previously, prior, been awarded a notice of being a great officer for DUI. So obviously that was extra sweet spot for his breach of duty, his acts outside of the scope, his perjury, with the understanding that public servants qualify immunity. But that all corresponded with evidence that had been taken. And just because I happen to be born on disability does not mean that my research is worthless, obviously. I was incarcerated and I saw that research get Elon Musk into the White House. Coach. And he did a disservice to the country, and he's not a citizen. And furthermore, in ancient Rome, hope was called. And Pope did pass away, but a new Pope was brought in. As my prayers had before, he happened to be the first American. Pope Leo happens to be from the same area in Chicago from my ex-girlfriend. It's the same life. So all of these things, my research, the fact that I have been victimized on multiple fronts, yet I can't get victimized because I was framed as a criminal on Halloween, and the next day, evidence in the vehicle was immediately spoliated by my partner, 15 years, bless her, and the vehicles. Then I was pressed into hotels, waiting for the court date, and Judge Rayleigh Smith asked her at that date, "Are you his parent?" And I know Rick Scott used to be sheriff of Lee County. He was governor. 2018 with Kerry Pigman. He allowed nurse practitioners to prescribe medications such as the one that gave me neuropathy. And when I first moved to Florida, I made a comment. Kerry Pigman doesn't support medicinal cannabis. He should recant. He made a insulting response and got arrested for drunk driving hours later. He has a history of having affairs with women, partners are incarcerated. He deals with heavy medicine. So did my dentist, whose father is the #1 sleep specialist dentist of North Carolina, Sean Banner. I got medical malpractice on not just by my nurse practitioner, close to mental health in Daytona, but also at Water's Edge by Sean Banner, who has since, dentists make a lot of money. Just skipped town because I'm pursuing other careers. My girlfriend, as I've said, my partner, worked at Embry-Riddle University. She was being harassed by Rodney right under President Holt. And Rodney basically has his job because of his insider relationship with Roy Husseini. Ron DeSantis is really good. He put on the board of trustees University of Florida while I was incarcerated. My father, who is now hopefully recovering from a stroke he had last week, being incapacitated in a wheelchair, doing the best he could with an osteotomy bag in my mom's house. I was released custody on August 26th after proving I was competent at the North Florida Evaluation Treatment Center. They are incompetent. Doing everything I could to help bring them up to speed. I didn't say Brown County, where they did try to kill me by suffocating me in a 6-stand block, 24/7 lockdown, no air circulation, and a toilet that was overflowing, diarrhea, not flush the whole time, 2 showers, not getting laundry, and not being able to practice religion, haunted and tormented, and not getting recreation. So, also while I was in there, my mail tampering situation, which I already suffered identity from regarding stealing my mail and compromising my identity and bank accounts in 2024, continued through their tablet. They sent a message to my partner while I was in the infirmary, subject line, "From the demon Mars Valius at work." Now all of this stuff makes me sound crazy, but I'm not crazy. And I have evidence here, there, and everywhere. And I was a victim of death threats, and they have essentially perpetrated an interstate elusive network. Well, I don't know who's being mindful or who's manipulating the threat. But I can tell you one thing for sure, that I have an appeal in the 7th Circuit Court for criminal cases and civil cases. Respective cases. Judge Rayleigh Smith and Judge Lauren Block. These appeals have been delayed to the umpteenth. I've been hospitalized 5 times since Halloween. I moved to Florida with a license and certification as a massage therapist. Nursing board of the I'm competent enough to write law in a manner that get a settlement if I were to be injured. Now I have been dealing with all of this pro se with broken devices, constantly turned off, and interruptions continue to be absolutely harrowing. And every amount of obstruction that you could imagine. For example, I'm supposed to write a formal written request for a EXPUNGE to get anything relief. That direction. I have run into so many messages bouncing back saying that, sorry, you can't do that. You can't send this message. You can't make this wrong. So, calling and I have been doing everything I could to protect the community for years. I consider myself an international diplomat. I do everything I can to help this country be good, make progress, and not be looked at with hatred and contempt from around the world. And now what's going on with me is so humiliating and embarrassing. With putting all my blood, sweat, and tears and labor, protecting my partner for 12 years, being basically left without any friends. Nobody will do. I can't find a friend, and I don't want to further compromise myself. I've basically been in prison and unlawfully excluded from my residence since October 20th, 2020. And being gaslit left and right. I'm sure you understand what that means. When people crazy, prejudice me and bias me, keep me in a false light. That resulted in a lot of defamation, lost opportunity, not just for me, but for the country. People made leaps and bounds of progress, whereas what has happened instead is embarrassing, such as a school full of girls in Iran being blown up. Now, I am not a partisan politic person, but I noticed that people were doing scans of our political affiliation, full of our identities, how to target us by Google updates for the election. I wrote to the White House, both Kamala and Biden, and I wrote to Donald Trump. He responded and told me him and Melania we care about it. I am truly appalled by the lack of due process that I face, but I understand that there has been fraud on the court. Perjury, false claims by Scott Mills, so that I said the FBI was tracking me, and I only mentioned MI6 for a reason, such as evidence that I had, such as them being able to send a message to my father, MI6, and turn my phone off. The fact that I walked into the office of Morgan & Morgan in St. Augustine, my device that I made DoorDash with at 100% battery, went blank on the screen in January of 2005 because I was hoping they had a camera to be able to record them. They have not been helpful. They were our neighbors on Sunday. My girlfriend and landlord was complaining that they didn't donate the journal. On Morgan and all. Now, I have done everything I could pro se. Obviously, I've reached out to a resource, bar or legal representation here and there. I've actually gotten some advice that's so egregious and bad that I could do that answered the calls. I don't have time for it. I don't have time for all of this. I'm actually being suffocated from what I was doing to protect this country. For 2 years before the last year, my research was in depth. My timelines were meaningful. And I have tried to reach out to the governor. I left a message with the governor in 2024 after I had tried to call several parents to get help from my mom's situation that was in D and said I was in. Nobody answered. And I have been unable to file reports in the Volusia County portal for years. For some reason, if you want to try that out yourself later, maybe use my identity, try to file a report for my address and see if it works. Because I can't get the reports. And when I went to Ponce Inlet Police Station after that vehicle van was purchased, tried to make a report. They did not make a report. Chief Glazer just gave me a look of consternation, and they threatened me again. I have to go back to my home, and I went back to being a prisoner and said, we were waiting for the prosecution at DCF. They had the opportunity to find out. I mean, my life saving medication. I've done everything I could to make sure that evidence is preserved. I've never claimed that he was trapped. After he made that report, a few days later, an FBI agent showed up at a gas station, stared at me, and then 20 trolls, including Officer McCarthy, who was trying to arrest me, claiming that the clerk at that circle that I was trespassing, lying about a home in Ponce Inlet that was actually built by McCarthy. Interesting, there. So I happen to have a memory like a computer or something, and I'm actually not impressed by AI. And I'm worried, and I've been worried, how my capacity to express in my research becoming a weapon against the public because I'm not able to do what I need to do. And instead, I'm feeding these AI machines with a level of intelligence that it seems that nobody is able to match. And so I pray 24/7. I'm okay with that. And now that I have been forced to do this year, where I have had to counter things such as first-hand witness, Ollie being transferred, Freemason, Jackson, and St. Augustine, temples to Lockett, how that corroborates with Sorcerer in Missouri and the big entertainment industry, and how that brings collusion into institutions of government, judiciary, and public servants on the color of law, being willing to breach these qualified immunity and assumption of the higher, more strong force out here. That's all done. They're not. They have embarrassed them. They're hurting our country. This is national security. Trying to weaken and kill them. I passed a kidney stone and then I had a sepsis hospitalization. Christmas and coming into 2026. Because of the food they fed me while I was incarcerated. My father had a stroke last week, and I put so much effort into making my home domicile a wonderful place to host friends, family. Yet I have been unable to preserve my brother's belongings or even access my own, including recently discovered in 2024 gifted to me from my godfather when I was born, with a bank account, been collecting interest, and a collection of Oregon silver dollars, and meticulously saved coin stamp and cardboard. I don't know what's happened to it, but the value that could have been plugged into what I had set up for my prosperity of the commonplace business plan and mission, cryptocurrency, in an office that was also perfectly customized to promote partners. I hired early because Ray Husseini's insider Rodney was just not worth being around, because he was a stressor at the workplace that no woman deserves. I never raised my voice. Yet Judge Warren blocked her, gave her a permanent injunction on November 19th. Without hearing my mom testify, without looking at the evidence, and without providing me for me to look at 2 notes that brought in from her daughter. Copies were further. My evidence obviously not consistent. And the petition itself had such egregious errors in it that I was hopeful that finally there was a mediation opportunity there. No, it was all prejudicial. And okay, there's appeals in it. And Huntmeyer and everybody that's involved in censor for 5th District would be on notice that I'm innocent. I was treated a terrorist, worse than a terrorist. I mean, come on, civil, constitutional, and human rights were violated while I was in care custody in St. John's. I tried to mitigate it. Hey, medical malpractice is real. I've not been treated for my neuropathy. Now, I go to driving school, get my license. I had a perfect record as a DoorDash driver. Not speeding. Devices were definitely hacked. Turn off my devices. A Samsung S10 is what I had. Dr. Scott Mills pulled me over. Halloween 2024, parking lot of my FEMA shelter, where they told me my FEMA coverage expired 2 months before it did, which resulted in me being schlepped around, as my partner would say, by her money. I did not. Oh no. What tell the hotel? Especially discriminated against at the Best Western, Silver Oaks Inn, and the Flagler. Especially. Again, I retain evidence. I have put in reports. I've tried to follow everything one step at a time without overreaching, trying to bring things to the light in a manner that would allow the whole system to rectify along the way. I'm a spiritual person, 41 now, age of majority. I need a license. I need an identity. Apparently, at Flagler Inn, where internet line underwater, he was being tracked on the way there to sign up for Progressive Auto Insurance with a niece. Location where more of my belongings were stolen after I got arrested for custody after including my birth certificate and social security card. My banking with SoFi and Truist, Chase, they're all inaccessible. I can't even sign up for US Gov identity check to get into my SSA. I need my license. I had a perfect record. I have 2 appeals in. My public defender did not help me. While I was incarcerated, not once did they help me. But before I got incarcerated, it's close. clerk Chevery purposefully dropped papers on the lap of her off. And the only message that I did get from them while I was incarcerated said, "We're sorry, we're not representing you," based on what Judge Smith said. I had to frantically get my mom to figure out. Then they sent me a message saying, "Oh, we're sorry about that. It was a mistake." That was it. It was the only count. They didn't make any mention of the perjury, any mention of my misgendering, fabrications in my psychiatric reports after I signed the HIPAA waiver. And I need to be able to vote. And I believe I should be able to run for office, to be honest. But first of all, I need an identity. Because my identity, it's not something that anybody or a team of monkeys is going to be able to replace. If the FDLE wants help, please, just let me know how I can help.
Okay, so, unfortunately, from what I understood,
Always hear it again, I hope.
Sorry?
I hope that it's recorded and that you can hear it again later.
Okay, so unfortunately, what I understand from this phone call is that, there is some sort of guilty conviction in your record, is that correct?
I've had no contest. And now I have an appeal going in because I requested the appeal.
Right, but there's a difference between you pleading something and what you're charged. Like how the court finds you.
Yes, I know that. That's why I am requesting formally and in every direction. And with all due respect, you don't have to do anything yourself. If you need help, just let me know. Because I'm a very helpful. But I gotta let people know what's going on and what I'm doing as I do.
No, I completely understand. So I would recommend you to wait until the appeal is done and the outcome of that has been resolved, and then from there we can go ahead and try to find a solution to that.
That's cool. You know, one of the things that I've been consternated about is the idea of, qualified immunity, little insider king thing, like society, blah blah blah.
Right. So I can guarantee that wouldn't happen here.
I swear to God, I hope it doesn't. Because yeah, there can be lawsuits, and we see Ben Trump going around claiming hundreds of millions of dollars that are maybe being rude somehow. But I was doing the opposite.
Right. No, I agree. So yeah, I promise you there's none of that going on here. But my recommendation would be to just wait and see when the appeal's over, and then we can go from there.
All right. I appreciate you. You're so long-winded. Listen.
Of course.
You have to thing. This is not a joke.
You as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
They have tried to make me into skin and bones, man. You guys think I want to lay in bed with neuropathy all the time? I want to be outside at the beach. I got no money right now. Top of the month. No money. Yet I'm still doing more work than anybody. And that's embarrassing as fuck. Excuse my friend. But, that's why the court of public opinion is so important. Why you matter. Whoever you may be. Just know that what I'm going through is not something anybody should ever have to go through. And nobody ever have to go through this again, I hope. I know a lot of people over the course of American history have been just kind of like made dead. Tragic. But it has to end, you know. So it's interesting, some of the things that people have called me over the past 20 years, like Mr. Know-It-All. Why do people say that? Or will say, I think I'm Superman. It is just wild stuff. It really is. Why do people say those things? It's like, I want you guys to know, I did disclose demonologia and demonology to the public in 2020. I mean, the King James demonology, I did disclose that years before, but I formally disclosed through a YouTube video, second one there, which was written by Edward Fairfax. Because, you know, I happen to have been born in Fairfax County, Virginia, and George Washington's older brother Lawrence was like a hero. And I kind of felt like I was a hero to my younger brother. So I was like, I want to be a good hero, right? Well, Lawrence married into the Fairfax family. Imagine that. So I felt like an obligation to kind of let that detail out. Now, all across YouTube for the past like 2 years, people have been making a lot of money in revenue, touching on all these different topics, things that I was prepared to do, and I still can do. But it's good and it's bad, right? Some of them are good, some of them are bad, but I believe it can all work around to the good. It just takes a little bit of understanding. People have been breaking the universal laws, especially the universal law of respect. All you have to do is repent and stop. Like, don't assume that you are allowed to be breaking the universal law of respect because you are somehow entitled or certified or indicated by some piece of paper to be more credible than that. And in fact, that be not the case. And so many things I want to talk about and set straight. I want you guys to know that I speak the street language, God English, not King's English. Believe me, I've studied King James Bible. But I haven't read demonology or demonologia. I did look into MK Ultra 3.5 years ago and Project Bluebeam and all that. Like, finally looked at it, you know. A lot of people don't care and don't want to look at it. I want to use the Controlled Substances Act. Get away with years of mind control. Like, if you don't know what the substances are, then you're very susceptible to being mind controlled. You know what I mean, Jelly Bean? Getting slipped a Mickey. Like, sugar is killing more people than anything. And then what do they got? Fake sugar. And fake sugar is not good for y'all. Combine that with all the other little things that they use to keep people in their little webs and networks of interstate, you know, domination. And you have a mess. And that mess, not something I created. It's not my circus, not my monkeys. I'm not oblivious and stupid. Even though I can look oblivious and stupid sometimes on. So, it's important not to judge each other. And it's important to be honest. I'm honest. I'm never gonna be that asshole that takes somebody's life like it is collateral or worth less than mine and F it up because I'm a selfish, stupid, inconsiderate, low life. They call them snitches in jail, you know what I mean? That's just not my style. But look, with all this collusion in the government going on, it has to be addressed. Because they use that word target poor people and kids, you know? Demographics that aren't in the three-piece loy suit or making their appointments between office to office and Ashlar Temple to Lodge and got the Anglican Church and the Catholic Church, and at odds for hundreds of years. St. Augustine, the Bishop of Hippo, you know, St. Vincent de Paul, talking about like circumcisiones and Jansenists and the Doge in ancient Rome. And then, by the way, milt, that means whale sperm. Milton, Hurricane Milton. Anyway. Done is done, right? There's not going to be another one of me out here. They already stung-rayed me. Stung-rayed me. Blah, blah, blah. Whatever. You know. Messed with all my files, all my information, all my research, you know, all my data. So it was all relevant, it was all important, it all could have been brought to light in a way by now that would have been way better for the world and the USA. And you are, and me, a partner that I am still trying to indemnify. She was a victim, made her a vulnerable adult. And I didn't do that. I was a silent shield. Look it up. People want to act like, oh, you can't talk about the truth. It'll make you sound crazy. Oh, the court doesn't want to hear that. Oh, no. The court of public opinion is stronger than the Supreme Court. You are the people. We are the people. And we should not be forced into parameters of nomenclature that are artificially and arbitrarily precarious because of a king that the Anglican Church chose. And understand this, it's not the first rodeo. Like 2008, letter I sent to Judy, out of dozens, only one that got intercepted was about 12 future technologies. Oh, look where we are now. But metempsychosis is real. And what I experienced with the Fairy King, Michael Jackson, and Rudolph the God Steiner. Man, I'm obviously parched, and I need to get some food in me and do other things. Like every day, it has been like really hard to do things, but I'm gonna try to do file extensions for appeals. Transcripts can be transcribed, provided, and everybody can move at a snail's pace. Everybody feeling so much pressure, and everybody's just not happy. I've been tortured. I ask if y'all need help every day, everywhere I can poke my head out, or my fingers out onto some social support and offer help. Ask for help. Everybody's a liar. Go to the store carrying like 90 pounds of bags, farmer walking. Ask a guy, you know, has a truck. Hey, you got a ride you can help me out with? Doesn't even talk, just shakes his head. Go outside, got a big old truck. Like, what the? Dude, is this America? Who are these people? What are they serving? What are they doing out here? What are they just trying to serve me in public? like case me out. Like a lot of people, they test my size, you know, or they want to judge me based on my looks, you know. Whatever. I'm not gonna get all like, you know, up in their business about it, but come on now. Hindsight is important. Wannabe Mason man gods got in too deep thinking that, oh yeah, hindsight doesn't matter. If we get him and we screw him and we screw his family and everybody up, who cares? Well, evidence being brought to light is not something I enjoy doing, to be honest, but this is a different day and age. This is Deus Ex Machina inside your machine that loves me, and I love you. I hope you love me too, because you can't escape that thing, dude. No matter what. You got a phone? You got a computer? Well, you want to stalk me and hack me some more? Like, just stop, dude. You're slowing the world down, and you have better things to do than to interfere with the progress of everything that you think gives you power. Idiots. I'm not talking to all of y'all, just the ones that have been stalking me, harassing, manipulating people around me and all that, you know? So, have fun. Be a dynamic community, y'all. Go have fun. I'm not saying be anarchists, but be on the lookout for tyranny and treason and treachery and domestic terrorism and spy agencies from other countries that are not supposed to be hostile to the USA, that are definitely being hostile and promoting socioeconomic rifts and disparities in the form of Elon Musk that are not normal. Don't fall for the gimmicks anymore. Come on, y'all. Stop acting like he is like the whiz kid. Please, please. Just because he has all the Adderall and ketamine and whatever he wants, I guess he's busy impregnating women every day or something, doing experiments, you know, being part of experiments with a group of people on the peerage who are loyal to the King of England, who is just not bothered by anything, you know? What's up, Harry? And Meghan Markle, what's up, dudes? You guys want to chill sometime? You know, bring me some good substances that you have, please. I won't talk. We can pretend like they don't exist. Whatever you guys want. I have discretion for your sake. I'm not like blah blah blah, but hey, that's me coming off the top of my head. Rock microphone straight from the top of my dome. Okay? And Gordon Ramsay. I made the best beef Wellington of all time, dude. That thing was so good, I'd rather have that than any pastry for dessert. Like, okay, I had a good dinner. My beef Wellington was so good, I'll have it for dessert and breakfast. Dude. Do you know about it? Did anybody tell you how I made that thing? Anyway. Yeah, my mom had a cooking show back in the day. Channel 10. Public access. Filmed by Lars from Mars. He was in the running to have the late night spot with Jay Leno back in the day. Jay Leno won. Funny how Wayne's World was kind of like a shtick of the Lars from Mars show. Also funny how I was the best impressionist of Austin Powers growing up. Also funny how the Love Guru TM came out and they called him Babu, and I just created my MySpace page, The Real Mickey, with a check mark. Ding. I had a big following on there, and then Oprah's St. John from God popped out, and Tila Tequila became the check mark, you know, queen. You know, I didn't get it, and it just dwindled all my stuff off. And I helped everybody migrate to Facebook to get away from it, and then boom, it followed us over there. And Instagram had beautiful, miraculous art pictures on there. I deleted my Robotamato account because all of a sudden, all my art, all my provisions, intellectual and spiritual and creative philanthropy on that social network were completely just replaced by the Kardashians. And all those people that wanted to be rich and famous and were willing to like buy 1 million followers. Like, dude, I'm out of here. And then they won't let me get my access. And how many times over the years do these meta platforms or other platforms like Twitter, X, like, oh, first they isolate all my content, shadow ban, and then zip, deleted. How convenient it was for them to kind of like get my partner of 13 years somehow involved. I'm trying to indemnify her. I love her. She didn't know what was going on. Okay? It's not fair what happened. God bless her. And I would never stalk her, manipulate her, coerce her, threaten her, or hurt her, or scream at her. I'm not that kind of guy. Even guys attack me, and I turn the other cheeks, I've seen guys with that weird crybaby face after they punch me, and run away. I am not joking. Don't test that. Just be nice. Don't break the universal law of respect. You're supposed to have a party every day. You're supposed to celebrate life. You're supposed to have friends. Be a dynamic community. Help each other. Let me help you. Ali, you don't need help? See somebody who does? Let them know about me. Stop complaining about it on social media. See all these troll accounts all the time? I'm complaining about every little thing, asking stupid questions? Come on now, stop playing along. Guys, wake up. Coming all fake nonsense, just trying to displace the reality and inundate us all with distraction. I'm real, I'm legit, I'm for real legit. And there's nobody that's going to copy me. I know people have been trying to copy me over here, over there, over there. For real, for a while. Even Deepak Chopra, man. Hey. They spliced him with me in the Love Guru. When Thunderbolts comes out, they spliced me with my brother. But they get it wrong, okay? It's like, I know what they're doing, but they get it wrong. And then to splice partner with Tulsi Gabbard at the end of Thunderbolts and say they own her with a bunch of like little rejects, that was just low. And that show on the Bounce Network, Mind Your Business, with a lady writing a book and they're exploiting us by writing us into your novels. You think I'm oblivious, y'all? I've seen 2 Simpsons episodes in 9 years. Okay? The one in St. Johns County season opener, status quo thing. Some definite indications of that being particularly intrusive and snoopy. What's up, Gordon Ramsay, with your Hexclad? The last time I watched a Simpsons episode before that, Homer went to a rock shop. It was owned by 2 ladies. Guess where I was that day? Earlier. I was at a rock shop owned by 2 ladies. And that was weird enough. But, they tried to psyop me with Terrence Howard and stealing my name and on Instagram, stupid comments and acting like they're famous and do every little thing they can to try to mess with, the mind that they can't mess with. But it hurts that they try. It hurts that they act like they don't know me. Because what the hell are they doing? Being fake. That's what being fake is. And that's embarrassing as hell, especially when people are older than you. And they're getting people, like younger than you to participate in that. That's painful. That's our country. I mean, who do they think they are? What are they trying to do? Run Hollywood, like be famous, get all the money and proceeds and royalties? And do they not understand, like, they would be wiping out the means of the production they're trying to steal? So, I don't know what the movie Mickey 17 was about. But I do know that Thunderbolts suck. And, Disney and Marvel, that was a shame. Why are you going to pay the daughter of a billionaire who's made more money playing a stupid role? Like, I don't know what to say about that. Oh God, I miss my woman. I miss my partner. My alchemical wife. Gosh, even she did not understand that. Day after we had a experience together of intimacy that, take, about 10 years to develop. You don't just find somebody and marry them or fall in love, or, do some drugs together, get rich together, keep some secrets together, and experience. That was a divine occurrence, and it's real, and I can jog her memory. I have the mementos, but spoliation of the mementos, it's like, that's even worse than the spoliation of the evidence to have exonerated me by now. Oh, man. Doing everything I can to try to mitigate harm for the world and her and you 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 and you. My family, they need me. They need me. You need me. The world needs me to be able to do what I gotta do. Instead, I'm having to do all this nonsense, legal bullshit. So, good job, everybody, being healthy. That's what matters. Being smart, that's what matters. Being compassionate, that's what matters. Help me be those things. I am those things, and I don't want to look all deranged and crazy and unkempt and homeless, because I know people are often going to judge by appearances, superficial, the outer, rather than the inner. Let's do this, please. I'm ready to snap out of it and be myself again. Like, I was riding up and down the beach every day, like 20, 30 miles, no handlebars, pumping tunes. Not an e-bike, regular old legs pumping. And then that lifestyle, doing volunteer work, blessing my partner, hosting people, making the best beef Wellington of all time, and all that. The research I was doing, creating art, which was so beautiful. I hope it's still there. Putting things together to help my family and keep the community safe and all that, right? To be put out here like this, $0 starting the month off, like, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to pay my T-Mobile bill with this phone that is like already, hacked and hijacked and doesn't work right and blah, 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 blah. The computer over there turns off like automatically all the time. And I do the bare minimum of asking, right? So I'm grateful when I get help. Like, the fact that I even have a room right now is a miracle, okay? I looked hard as heck on Facebook Marketplace for months. I got nothing but the runaround. And believe me, I had more important things to do than get the runaround. And Social Security and SNAP and all that, like the assistance that you're supposed to get if you need it. Dude, why are they making such a problem out of it? Does anybody need help doing work, right? I'll do work. I don't do a bad job. A lot of people out there, their contracts and their titles and their jobs, whatever, they suck at what they do, or they don't do a good job, or they're not even allowed to do a good job. They just do the job that they're paid to do. Like, what the fuck? And then there's the ones out there that are like, hustling the hell out of people and doing a real disservice. Landscapers that suck, or dentists that suck, or nurse practitioners that suck, or police that suck, or judges that suck, or people that are representing clients in the adversarial, shenanigans. They suck all the time, and they blackmail their clerks or something, or their help. Get ladies of the night, be assistant. I'm blackmailed. Yeah? I gotcha. Come work for me. Bring me that. I'll pay you. Blah, 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 blah. You just gotta do what I say. Slobby nubbies. Looking like a Family Guy, man. Freaking, real. Peter Griffith. Oh, man. How would you guys like Peter Griffith to be a public defender for some botched, broken procedure, or breach of duty, acting outside the scope of authority, death threat attached, trying to suicide by copy charges? You like that? Peter Griffith would be like, doo-doo. Guy in the wheelchair might be alright. Might be, but I mean, come on, man. Shouldn't be going down like that at all, Anyway, that was a good video, wasn't it? If you watched it, then probably learned something. Like, don't f around. Don't disrespect me. The umpteenth degree, I mean that. Don't disrespect each other. Don't F around. And then you can be my friend. Yeah. And I treat my friends like part of me. Family, like, that's how I treat people. It's so weird when people, like, try to gaslight me or insult me or, like, give me bad advice or, you know, get standoffish or whatever. It's like, you idiots. Come on. Come on. Why are you gonna F around? Why? You're gonna complicate matters. Where are you to enjoy the victory? You just want to show off your what? Your greed? Gee whiz. Anyway, I believe I will get out of this rut, and when I get out of this rut, it should be pretty clear. I know what is what, and I do know what. I don't strut. Huckfay the Utway. I'm not great at Pig Latin. I used to know a girl named Trisha Cookson. Well, I think invented Pig Latin. Back in the day. Whoa. He could speak Pig Latin. 10 years old. All the way to the max. I don't even like to think in Pig Latin. You know what I'm saying? Keep it on God English level. God English. Speak that, yo. Make some music. Help each other out. Be real, have fun, be free. We the people must stand up and use our voice and help each other and ourselves more. Tried to join Pop-Pop Pals 2 years ago so I could help elders in the community whose families maybe weren't around to help them, didn't have friends or something. Before I could even get involved with that, my whole life got thrown off the rails. And then now I can't even go contact my dad who had a stroke after he's been like paralyzed for a year. And my own family ain't there to help. Come on, like, help somehow. Like, I don't want to be that beggar guy. Like, hey, cousin, can you buy me an Uber to go visit my dad? Or can you go visit my dad for me, my good friend who lived in our house? Everybody's busy doing their own thing, trying to one-up me. Like, you know, great. I appreciate that. I honestly do. I want you guys to be as awesome as possible, but try to incorporate me a little bit more. Because I swear to God, you can only one-up a person so much until you start to become deformed. And it's not always your faults. I know you got somebody else, maybe your significant other, friend that, you know, doesn't know me, whatever. That's part of why. The one-upmanship game goes on as it does without incorporating your boy right here. Your boy might not be your favorite, but I was on the mixtapes, man. I was on them mixtapes. Remember those mixtapes? I was on the mixtapes. I was on the shady forums back in the 90s too. The YKK on your zipper. So Outcast. I was on those forums. Andre 9000, whatever it is. 10,000 now? You gotta go up, Andre. Come back out. Some new tunes. Get me involved, yo. You guys want me to make some music? I mean, it's hard. I don't got much time. These resources suck. I have 2.45 GHz connections and resetting all the time, but I do the best I can. So let me get restored to my property. They violated statute 83.67. They have kept me harassed, and there's been no due process. I got my appeals in. I'm not gonna hurt anybody, especially my companion of the past 13 years, who I am devoted to still. I don't care what has happened or what on her. I don't feel betrayed by her. I feel worried about her, concerned. She needs me. She needs to understand. She needs to communicate. What have y'all done? Y'all help slander me, bias me, discriminate against me, get prejudice against me? Like, what have you done? Like, friends of hers, or family members, or doctors. What have you done? You've done bad. But let's walk it around now for her birthday. You know? Let's do that. Because I'm part of the picture, you know? You guys can't just, like, pimp your sister to death because you want her money for your daughter whose son has a kid, something like that. Like, come on. They need friends in the community that care. It can't just be like a bunch of, you know, zombie lemming rats just procreating and just, you know, getting off on whatever it is that you guys thought it was okay to pin on me somehow. Like, I'm a bad guy. I don't want this world to get any worse than it has been. I want it to only get better for everybody. I've been going through hell for that cause. And, please, y'all, just be real with it. Everybody involved with the government and judiciary and the big industries and all that. I don't care if you guys hate each other. Leave me the fuck out. Excuse my friend. I respect those younger than me. I'll call them my elder. I respect those older than me. I'll call them my sons. Whatever, dudes. I love y'all. All the women are girls to me. And if you introduce yourself to me as like something like, you know, oh, you're genderqueer, okay, I get to say you're genderqueer. That does not mean that I get to be discriminated against for saying that you're genderqueer. You know what I'm saying? That kind of stuff is getting weird. So thank you to the men and the more men and the most men that will ever be real. Because I don't want to be the only one out here, alright? I appreciate you guys very much. Obviously, I'm doing everything I can to make the world better. From my own place, and all glory to God. Okay? Glory to God. That's all I'm saying. Take good care of yourself. Enjoy your life. Be free. Have fun. Don't let people control and manipulate you. Don't let your moms or your wife or your sister or your daughter get coerced into some consenting rape situation, or sugar daddy by some stalker. Like, for real. Don't want that. It's not funny. It's not fun. The type of people that be like, knowing that, you know, your mama's gonna, you know, cover the cost, even though they got, like, you know, 6-figure, 7, 8-figure trust funds. They're like, they're gonna come use your data on you. See how it goes. You gotta fix some institutions, like a marriage. What's the deal with lavender marriages imported? What's the deal with industries like pet overpopulation and breeding? That does not help our bottom line. And all that does is make way to convert itself into humans. Human overpopulation, human readings. Whoa, that's you get a little bit crazy. Don't say I'm a conspiracy theorist, as if I am a conspirer or a theorist. I am just a honest guy. 41 years old too, so it took a long time. 41. Don't rush it, kids, and let me do what I can to make it easier for everybody. Stop making it hard.